the rookie sensations. We got a Phoenix Suns guard, Ryan Dunn. And as you guys know, we are sponsored by DraftKings. Y'all go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get to the episode. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Run Your Race with my boy AJ Richardson, who is not here today. But people, I keep telling y'all every single episode, we getting bigger and better. We got a damn near rookie sensation going on right now. We doing big things. He went to a school that I don't like. I'm not gonna hold you. I never won there, and it pisses me off every day that I wake up. But I rock with him because he rock with CAA and I rock with CAA. But rookie with the Phoenix Suns, we got Ryan Dunn.
Appreciate you having me, B.
Listen, bro, it's an honor. It's an honor because you're doing way more than I did in the league. Way more. You're starting. You're thriving. You're in the Rising Stars game. And I'm over here sitting here doing podcasts with you. And Ty's our agent.
That's crazy. You know? Yeah, Ty's our agent. Yeah.
I blame Ty.
Type.
But nah, man, on Run Your Race, bro, I just like to give everybody a different perspective. Like, your journey's different from everybody else that I've had on this podcast. And it's something that you're going to be able to relate to somebody who's watching this. And they're going to have that same dream and goal to get to this level. And you can give them that inspiration and that drive to get there. So I want everybody to hear your story. So you need to tell us about it. Ryan, where you from and when did you start hooping?
Ooh, look at me a long story. I'm from Freeport, New York. Long Island, New York. 30 minutes outside of Manhattan, the city. Everyone says I'm not a city. I feel like I'm not a city kid, even though I sometimes about the city.
Yeah.
I'm Long Island. I represent
Gotcha.
Long Island, different. Yep. Growing up, I had my mom, my dad, my older brother. I was the youngest child of my family, and it's kind of crazy because we were not a basketball family growing up. We were a baseball family.
Really?
Baseball family. My dad loved baseball. Didn't play at the professional level, but he was always a baseball fanatic.
Gotcha.
My mom was into baseball, and my brother, when he was born, my dad kind of put the ball in his hands, the glove in his hands, and they went from there. And he kept loving the game, and then when I was born, I was always around it.
Yeah.
I started playing when I was like 5, 4, around that, and then that was kind of the sport that we always loved. We always watched baseball growing up. It was never nothing really else. None of the other sports. It was just that.
Favorite player?
Derek Jeter.
You're a Yankees guy?
Yeah. The Yankees family.
Really?
Yankees family. We're diehards.
Got you.
Diehard Yankees fans.
Rough time right now.
I was the youngest one, so I always try to be like devious. I try to say I was a Red Sox fan just to make my parents mad. But nah, we were always a Yankees fan. But growing up with them, just always going to the cage, always throwing the ball around. My brother kept playing. I always kept going, watching him go hit and work out with my dad, and always used to do that. And then when I got to like 8 or 9, then I kind of started taking it more seriously. Started doing more travel baseball. Went to go hit with my dad with trainers and start really having a kind of a passion for it. Like I was like, all right, this is what I think I'm gonna do growing up.
Yep.
Got to around 12 or 13. I think my brother was around. I'm 7 years, so he's 13. If I was 13, he was about 20 at the time. 19. He got drafted to the New York Mets in 2016.
That's lit.
That's very lit. Shout out to him. And he's been playing the league. He's been on different teams. Got called up to Seattle in 2019 with the majors. He got traded to the Reds. Now he's with the White Sox. He's gonna start this year. He had an injury, but he's been getting with that. So, I've been with him. So I thought I was gonna follow his footsteps.
For sure.
I get to middle school, and during that time, I started playing basketball. But that was more just for fun. Like, obviously, all the kids are playing, so I'm going to go out and just play. And I kind of had, like, a little passion to it. I'm like, all right, this is fun. This is more fast-paced. This is more stuff that I kind of enjoy doing. Right now?
Yeah.
6'8".
6'8". I mean, Aaron Judge is 6'8", ain't he?
Yeah. They would have said I would have been a me baseball player if I was, because I was a pitcher and play catcher. So 6'8" on the mound is kind of scary.
Got you. Yeah.
But yeah, I get to middle school and it was kind of a transition of, obviously I was playing like AAU basketball for fun, but it was kind of like I don't have the same passion for baseball anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was like something didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never like trying to force it. It was like, all right, cool, like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And I kind of gradually just getting more into basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching it more. And that was the time when LeBron was at the Heat. And like I was like a big fan, big LeBron fanatic. So watching that playoff series and getting to watch the game more, I was like, all right, like I think I like basketball a little more. And then once I got to high school, my freshman year, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna put the baseball glove down, pick the basketball up, and let's see where this goes.
Yep. Tough decision?
No, not at all.
Really?
I didn't feel the love that my parents, my brother felt,
Gotcha.
and the tough decision was to tell my family, because like they're a baseball family, so I didn't know what they were gonna say, but they were with me the whole time. Like they were like, hey, if you want to do this, you can go.
That's big time.
Go do what you gotta do,
big
and
time.
we'll support you.
Yeah.
We go start playing basketball, start doing more AAU tournaments, this, that, and the third. Like more AAU, to start working out, taking it more seriously. I got more serious around, I want to say around 15 or 16.
Who you play AAU with?
I only played 1 year of AAU.
Really?
With the New York Jayhawks. My senior year, but we can get that when we get to high school.
Got you.
Went to a couple different high schools in my life. Went to a middle school, to a high school public high school that's around the block for me. And this kind of goes to how my family is, because especially to my dad. Like when I told him I want to be a basketball player, he's gonna probably with the best people that can get me to being here.
Yeah.
So after my freshman year, when I told him, he was like, all right, like, is this what you really want to do? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm excited. I want to go see it. So his thing is he wants me to put with the best players to see how I match up.
Best way to do it.
Best way to do it. So I went from going to a public school that's 5 minutes from my house to going to Virginia and playing at Oak Hill my sophomore year. So I went to go do that my sophomore year. Didn't play on the gold team. Didn't play on the biggest team. I played on the lowest team. I was like 6. I was short growing up, but I always had like big feet, so I wouldn't know I was gonna be tall. But I was like 6'1", 6'2", wet and soaking bones, skinny. Like I'll show you pictures of it. It was funny. Did that for a year. Really enjoyed my time out there. It was really cool just going to experience a new state and going to boarding school for the first time and living on my own and seeing all these great players and building relationships with Cole Anthony, because Cole Anthony was there.
Got you.
Kofi Copper and Cam Thomas was there on that team, so
nice.
That's the team they had. And then after that, I kind of came back home. Went to Long Island Lutheran High School, Lou High, the powerhouse that is today. Went there for 2 years, and then I did a postgraduate year at Perkiomen School in Pennsylvania. So did that, and during that whole time, I started to get recruited a little bit more.
When did you feel like you hit that next step? That you was like, okay, I really can do this at a high level?
Going into my summer of my senior year.
Okay.
Because that's when, so I got to Lou High my junior year, I was like 6'4", still staying wet, soaking wet. Like, I was getting thrown around. All I did was sit in the corner and shoot threes. I couldn't play lick of defense.
Got you.
And we had a lot of great players, and that's what kind of made me nervous. I'm like, am I going to play? What am I going to do? But I was like, let's just go see what happens. And that whole season, I kind of got more confidence in myself because like I was playing a little bit more. I started a couple of games there. I always went through ups and downs. Like I went from playing a little bit to not playing at all. Like doing that whole thing. And then I would say when COVID hit, everything got shut down. And that's where I think I really grew the love of the game. And I grew love of working out, because for us, it was like, my dad will always take us, like, hey, you got to go here at this time. I'll tell him I got a party to go to. He's like, no, you're not doing that. You're going to work out this time. I'm like, all right, cool. I never said no, which is nothing he likes about me. But that COVID year was like the first time where I told him, like, I want to go here at this time to work out. I want to do this.
And you're a senior.
I'm a senior. I'm going to be a senior this year at this time. So during COVID, it was times, man, where like, this is where I really became, I feel like I was a gym rat, because like I went from getting up at like 7 in the morning, driving 30 minutes to go like do workout. There were times we went to the beach right after to do a beach workout, come back, eat, go do lifts, go to like my local gym and lift there. And then I'll be in the gym from anywhere from like 1 o'clock to like 7 o'clock at night.
How did the switch flip?
What do you mean by that?
Like as far as like, where did that drive come from?
It just came. I just loved it. I just loved doing it. It was fun. I always had my friends with me, so it was like cool. Like we all wanted to get better, and we always competed. My high school teammates were there when we were all senior, and that was the time where I felt confident. I'm like, all right, this is where I really get good. And during that time, I grew. I went from 6'4" to 6'7".
Yep.
I put a little more muscle on me. I'm doing a lot more with the ball. I'm getting more athletic. I'm putting between my legs. I'm like, all right, this is time where college coach can see me.
1,000%.
Only played 3 games my senior year.
Why?
COVID.
Oh yeah. Oh,
COVID. Only played 3 games.
You like, I'm about to take off now.
I'm gonna, that was the time where I felt like, oh, I was heated. I was hot.
You put all that work in.
We didn't really start practicing until January. We did like workouts, but we thought we were gonna have no season. And then we got our season, quote unquote. Yeah. We played 3 games. We played 1 against a local public school, beat them by 40, and then we played Stepinac like twice. And that was our senior night, and that was my senior year. That was it. So now I'm like, what am I gonna do?
What do you do now?
Yeah, what do I do?
So are you getting recruited?
No. That whole time I never got recruited.
By nobody.
So I'm like, what am I gonna do? What's next? So we took the postgrad route. We said, all right, we'll do 1 more year. Yeah. Put you on an AU team, let you go work, go see what you do there. And that's when I got connected with Perkiomen during that time. They reached out to me and kind of took interest in the school. And Coach Bonet and Coach Will, they talked to me about it, and we kind of went from there. And then decided to reclass in 2022. And then that's when I joined my coach. He would coach me at Lehigh J. David with the Jayhawks.
Got you.
So that was my first real year of shoe circuit AAU. That was the first time I went there, and did a couple tournaments, and that's where I kind of got my name out there.
Got you.
Because I got my first offer to Stony Brook. I remember actually vividly. I was jumping up and down. You probably understand that because
no, for sure. You remember your first letter?
Never got a letter. I'm telling you, I never got a letter.
No letter.
No letter, no nothing.
I was going to ask you this. You probably understand it now, but you playing against competition that's better than you has helped you out tremendously more than you can even think.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, and I say this all the time out here, if you want to be really good, and say you are, and the thing is, you were just trying to make it, right? You was trying to get to that level, and you still challenge yourself. And I commend you for that, because a lot of people won't do that. Because I firmly believe if you play up and you play somebody who is better than you, you have no choice but to get better.
Yeah.
Because at some point, if you really care about the sport, if you really care about being better, you're going to look at yourself like, dude, I am not good enough to play against these guys right now. I remember for vividly, bro. I'm like killing it 14 and under. I'm nice. I didn't play my age group again until they was in 17.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I remember playing Kyle Anderson. Oh my God. He's slower. My mom just got a hip replacement, and he was slower than her. My mom just got a hip replacement, and he was slower than her.
Yeah. And
I couldn't do nothing with him. He was cooking me. And I was just like, I have to raise my level if I want to be at this. And I'm thinking I'm good. Like, I'm like killing everybody. And I'm thinking I'm nice. And then that always brings you back down to earth to make you realize you got to continuously work on your game and get better. So I commend you for that. That's big time.
Yeah, kind of the same way, like you said. Like, I was, during my kind of process of getting better, I was working out with people that were always bigger than me. I remember I was trying for the Wrens, and during that time, that's when Kaminga was there. And he was a man-child that he is right now at his age, and I'm like 6'4".
We got to check his birth certificate.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, we got to check that.
It's crazy. But he was doing the same stuff he was doing in high school.
Yeah.
And kind of just like that whole team, it was like I didn't feel confident in myself to be there. I'm like, I don't belong. There's no way I should be here. And I kind of, my whole life growing up into that, it was like I didn't feel ready at all. But I always still stuck there. And still like, and over time, I was like, all right, I don't feel well, I don't feel good here, and then I do some stuff, I'm like, okay, like I can play.
Did you ever have that thought that I should just play baseball?
I probably had a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably had a couple times because it was
like, damn,
like,
Pops, I think I want to do it.
Yeah, I was like, this might not be for me.
Yeah.
I'm seeing these guys doing dunking everything, and I'm here. I'm like, this might not be for me, but I'm glad I just stuck with it, stuck it out.
Yeah.
Waited my turn, and then, kind of going back to my whole thing, it was just like, when I got to that age where I grew and got to that point where I feel confident playing against kids, now going to Alabama and playing my first tournament, I'm like, these kids are, like, I'm going toe-to-toe with these guys. And nobody knows who I am, which I love. Like,
exactly.
I'm fine with coming in and nobody know who I am and playing the best players. That was kind of my whole thing about it. And, so I went to Alabama for my first tournament. Again, came in with, like, maybe 1 or 2 offers from Stony Brook and Hofstra. That's, like, local schools.
Yep.
Yeah, went there. Went to Alabama, played with the Jayhawks, and that's when I kind of blew up. Throughout that weekend, I had about like eight offers from that weekend, and that's when my name kind of blew up in the media and the circuit, and that's when coaches started.
Who was your first big offer?
Minnesota.
You was lit.
I was lit. Because that was a time where, like, I was getting the calls.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, we like you, we see you play. We'll cut back to you in a couple weeks. And I'm like, are you gonna offer me or not? Like, what's going on?
Around.
Yeah, playing around.
How would you explain the post-grad year? How was that for you?
Post-grad was cool. Yeah. It's like boring school. You're taking college classes.
Yep.
You're just in a high school building, doing all AP credits, trying to get yourself going, get you ready for college, which I enjoyed. And you're just playing. So for us, we played against national players. So we played against Westtown.
Yeah.
Blair,
good
Westtown.
Players. Yeah.
I played Derek Lively when he was there.
Gotcha.
Played him in the state. We lost to him in states. Played against Blair. Played against a lot of good teams up in the North Atlantic area. And that's probably the biggest thing. It's kind of just like college, but in a high school realm.
Gotcha. You are getting recruited. Now everything started. Everyone knows who Ryan Dunn is now. What was the biggest thing for you in this? Now the landscape is where you weren't part of NIL.
No.
What the second year?
My first year was when it started going. My second year is when it blew up.
When it blew up. Okay. What was the biggest thing for you that you determined where you were going to go to college?
Where I could develop. What can get me to the NBA the fastest?
Yeah.
And where I see myself and where it fits for me.
Gotcha.
That was my our big thing. Me and my dad, my mom, my brother.
Cash.
Again, I was not a finished product. I didn't think I was gonna be a finished product when I got to college.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out what school can help me develop me as a player, as a person, and do that. My dream was to go to NBA. I kind of backtracked. I did have a dream, like, growing up, that I always got drafted to the NBA, which was cool. So that's when I kind of figured that out, too. But I wanted to figure out a spot that can get me there the fastest and had a bunch of pros and solid development there. And where I felt comfortable. Like, I don't want to go somewhere that I don't feel comfortable at.
Can't do it.
I can't do that.
Can't do that.
So that was kind of the three biggest things for me. And during that time, it was kind of, now I'm getting more calls and this, that, and the third. And got a lot of schools calling my phone. That's when it kind of started blowing up. And you get it. Like, the first 2 weeks, you love it.
It gets overwhelming. That's why I committed my junior year. My senior year, I didn't want to.
I wish I could have. Didn't want to deal with that.
It's draining.
Draining. Like, the first 2 weeks, I was loving it, and like, there was a time where, like, I got 3 offers in a row, like, the same day, and I'm like, all right, this is really cool. And then the weeks go by, and they're still calling you. I'm like, all right, you can stop calling me now. Like, I don't want to deal with that. And then, that's probably the whole process for me, just trying to figure out where I belong at.
What are your top 5?
University of Virginia, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Pitt. I said Pitt already. Minnesota, Oklahoma State, and Georgetown. I was not a blue blood kid. I told you this earlier when I first met you. My absolute dream school was North Carolina, and I know you're probably gonna. I know everyone says Duke and North Carolina, but that was my dream school when I started playing basketball.
I respect it.
I was a big fan of you and your team when you guys made your runs.
Appreciate that.
I remember.
We don't like to talk about the first run.
I have to though.
That was unfortunate.
I have to though. I remember actually sitting up. We were before school and it's nighttime and I'm supposed to be sleeping. I wasn't sleeping. I was watching your game. And
you should have went to sleep.
That's the year Marcus hit that.
Yeah, I went to sleep on the court.
So like I'm upset because you guys are losing. I'm upset you guys are losing. Yeah. You guys keep crawling back, and Marcus hits that shot, and I'm jumping up quietly. I'm like, yeah, you guys are gonna go to OT and win this thing, and then Jenkins hits it. And I sit on my banister, and I'm like, tears are coming down my eyes.
Play the clip.
Yeah,
play it.
Tears are coming down my eyes, and I'm like, dang, like that's when I kind of felt like a Tar Heel fan.
I'm about to cry right now. I'm not gonna hold you. My eyes are getting watery.
And then you guys won.
So sick, bro.
You guys won the next year, so and then I was happy for you guys.
You know what makes us sick about that? You know that was crazy. We would have partied with Michael Jordan that day.
Really?
Oh my god.
Cause he.
Really? Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, how was that like with having?
It was lit, bro. I mean, it was turned. It was a great time, bro. Like everybody was there, all the OGs. Mm-hmm. And then the next year, nobody came because they thought they jinxed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so no one showed up. Mm-hmm. The only person that showed up was like Odell Beckham. And we was like, you played at LSU.
You don't care about Odell, right?
But that was Joel's favorite player, and Joel had DM'd him. He pulled up, and we had a good time. But man, that we won that joke the second time. I don't even know what would happen if I didn't. If I lost twice,
it would have been sick.
Boy. I can't even think about it because I didn't.
you got one. But during your time, man, like that was the time where I became a real Tar fan. I'm like, all right, that's where I wanted to go.
What up, everybody? Y'all already know this is Run Your Race, and you know we're sponsored by DraftKings. And as always, DraftKings is blessing y'all. So new customers who bet as little as $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And y'all already know it's my favorite time of the year because I'm a national champion. It's tournament time. So y'all make sure y'all go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. And for my non-sports bettors, y'all know DraftKings got you with daily fantasy. So whether you want to sports bet or use daily fantasy, go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. New customers who bet as little as $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings, the crowd is yours. What was different from Virginia than anybody else that made you go there?
It had the three things that I had.
Money?
No, did not have that. No, did not have that. Did not have that. It wasn't like these SEC schools.
Hey, listen, I've said this multiple times. ACC, if you want to get the players,
you got to get the money for it.
You got to get the money. All right, I've said this all the time.
But yeah, I felt like Coach Bennett, he came. They were always watching me. But they told me that, but they never called me until like the last couple tournaments I had. Really? And they just came off winning a national championship in 2019. So I'm like, all right, that's a natty team. Like they're capable. They're capable. My dream, I always wanted to play in the ACC, whether it was playing for Carolina or playing against Carolina. That was kind of me and my dad's thing. He was like, if you want to play at Carolina, or you want to play against Carolina, you pick. And if you want to play in that conference, we're gonna hit up those conferences. And before my recruitment, we were like sending tapes out and this, that, and the third, like trying to get recruitment. So I guess they saw it from afar, and then they called me in my last game. Coach Orlando Vandross, shout out to him. He calls me and says, "Hey, Coach Ben's gonna come watch you play in New Jersey." Cool. Now I'm stoked because I'm like, all right, I'm locked in for this one. Probably had one of the best games I had in my tournament. I get back from Jersey, an hour drive from New York. I'm laying in my bed. It's 9 o'clock. I remember exactly. I get a long paragraph from Coach Bennett. He tells me, "Yeah, I want to hop on a Zoom call with you and your family. We like what you saw." Talk to him the next day on a Zoom call, and I close my laptop, and my dad says, "I'm done." He says, I think you should go here." And the reason why he said that is because he helped my brother with his process. So he went to BC. He went to Boston College. And my dad took care of his process. My brother didn't do a thing about it. Justin didn't do a thing about it. So when BC called, he thought it was a good fit. He committed to BC on the spot. Had no other calls. I didn't want that. I wanted to go through the college process. I wanted to go through the recruitment. I wanted to go visit schools. I knew in my heart at that time it was Virginia. But I was like, I want to be 100% sure. So I want to go see the school. I want to go see what they're talking about. And they said the right things for us. They were talking about like development, how they are development. As you know, like you don't come there and play your freshman year. They're going to develop you. They had DeAndre Hunter. They just got Trey Murphy in the draft. Sam Hauser was there during the time. Had a lot of great players, and I was like, this is where somewhere I can really see myself going. So that was kind of the recruitment process, but that was also a moment where I didn't think I was going to go there because they had no more offers during that time. Yeah. So they recruited. It was me. My class was me, Isaac McNeely, Leon Bond, and Isaac Trout like Creighton. Leon's at UNI, and Max at UVA. Mac and Leon were committed during the time. Mac committed his junior year. And it was between me and Isaac Trout. And Isaac Trout had, I think, UNC, Virginia, and Creighton. So I'm going on my visits. I'm telling the coaching staff, hey, I like what you want to see. I want to come see you last just to make sure I want to go see these schools, see how I feel. And then I come to you, I feel the same way, I'm committing on the spot. Well, I'm at Berkeley Yeoman. I get a call and says, hey, like, this guy's supposed to commit to UVA, so, like, we don't have no offers. So I'm like, damn, I kind of just started first. Like, I just fucked this up. Like, I messed this whole thing up. Like, that was what I feel like I should have went to, and now I don't know if I can go. So we called Coach Bennett back, and we were like, hey, like, do you think I could walk on? Like, could I do a year? Because my brother just got drafted, so like he's willing to help as much as I can because like
you get to where you want to
get to where I want to get to and then help from there. And my dad was like, do you feel like this is the school you really want to be at? And I'm like, yeah. I really enjoyed UVA. I wanted to go like really see it. And it's like, all right. So we go on the phone with Coach Ben, and my dad's like, hey, are you willing to? If he's willing to walk on, will you take him for a year? And he was like, yeah, like, we'll walk on, you know, maybe the best scholarship opening up in the spring, so he'll get the scholarship for next year. But, yeah, if he wants to come walk on and do a year, we can do that. And he probably thought people were transferring, because that was the time when transfer portal got really going. So, like, if that offer's going to open up my first year. So we decided to kind of move them up in the recruitment process. Went to go visit them, and that there was kind of a lot of signs that I had in that campus. Like, I felt very comfortable. They were saying the right stuff, and it was I felt like home. I had a great relationship with the coaching staff.
If it wasn't VA, who was it then?
Pitt. Coach
Cable was there?
Love Cable. Ooh, my mom loves Cables. That was tough.
Mama knows.
That was tough for them.
But Cable would have been lit.
Very lit. That would have been
Cable would have been lit.
Yeah, it was really between those two.
Got you.
But yeah, so I kind of want to be in the campus town, college town, like real college town.
That's a college town for you.
Yeah.
This is a game over there.
What?
What game did you do?
They played American. About lost.
Oh, that's not a.
Yeah. That's about a.
Yeah.
Virginia's a tough place.
Tough place to play at. But
never won there.
You never won at Virginia?
Bro.
I never won at Carolina either. But
that ain't easy to do either.
It ain't easy to do either. Nah, I'll tell you that.
You get to college though. What's your welcome to college moment?
Welcome to college moment? That's a hard one. I would say probably the first couple practices I had.
Yeah, you worked on defense the whole time.
Defense, conditioning, play offense for like.
What are y'all practices like? Because the way y'all play defense is insane.
What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
We'll see how it turns out, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Those were some fun practices. My freshman year, we did a lot, and that was a veteran team. So like it was like Kihei, Reese, Armand, like that team was stacked. I feel like, in my opinion.
Yeah. Were you on the team when Kihei threw the ball?
Yep.
That was you. Play the clip.
No, do not play the clip.
Play the clip.
Yeah.
Kihei lost his damn mind. I was like, oh.
I wish you weren't bringing that. I wish you weren't bringing that up.
Kihei.
Yeah.
Kihei was a great savvy guard. Lost his mind for about 3. I was like, oh.
I wish you weren't bringing that. I wish you weren't bringing that up.
Kihei. Yeah. Kihei was a great savvy guard. Lost his mind for about 3 seconds. Jesus Christ.
We don't need to bring that up.
I'm about to get Kihei on the
We don't need to bring that up.
Hey, we ain't gonna talk about nothing but that.
No,
This gonna be the shortest pod in history.
History.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, we can get to
Let's
that.
get to your story first,
Yeah,
and then we'll get to the tournament and talk about Kihei and where you were at. But let's talk about your welcome. What are your practices like at Virginia?
Yeah, practices were, as you know, like we had the 20 hours and 8 hours. So during the summer, it was kind of all like, we'll play a little more pickup. Yeah. A lot less defensive tactics in the summer. More just playing. As you know, like you're playing pickup, you're getting to know each other. You're working on the kinks and offensively. Yeah. And you're just hooping. Mm-hmm. Now, once the 20 hours hit and the season starts, now it's more defense. Yeah. We're learning on techniques.
They be lying.
No, they do. It's not.
When you get on campus, boy.
I remember that too. They said it's gonna be all cool.
Yeah, nah, bro. It's on.
Kareem gotta have like.
As soon as summer's over,
it's
time.
Oh God. It was time. God. And with that team, everyone knew what was going on. So we were just kind of the sore thumbs, just trying to fit in. And
so you did walk on?
No, I didn't.
You ended up getting a scholarship.
I got a scholarship. People transferred, so I got that one. God bless. But yeah, it was more of like during the season, it was like probably 30 minutes of offense, 30 minutes of defense. Mm-hmm. And then some transition. But the hardest drill I think we ever had was 3-on-3 closeouts. I don't know if you guys did that in Carolina. You probably didn't because you guys are
team. We worked on defense. We talked about it.
But you weren't.
We were about putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah. We were the opposite. No. So our thing was like 3-on-3 closeouts. You got to get 3 stops in a row. And you're playing against each other. And like, you're on the paint. Throw it out. And everyone's like spaced out. So you're basically going to one-on-one with gap help. That was the hardest drill.
Because you can be in that for a long time. I did that when I was with the Knicks. I was in a group. But they put me in a group where the people don't guard. And I'm like,
and then you're messed up. You can't
set me up for failure, bro.
And when Coach Bennett gets going, like he loves practice more than games. I felt like he got.
Were you shocked he left?
Yeah, because I didn't know. Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
I was shocked.
I was in the shower, and my we had a group chat, a freshman group chat, and Trout texted me and was like, "Did TB retire?" And I'm like, "I don't know. This is probably fake." And then I got the shower, getting ready for our third preseason game, and now I'm seeing all the tweets and stuff, and I'm like, "Dang."
You didn't feel like it was getting a little.
I knew it was. Yeah. But the way when he retired, I'm like, he's.
Oh yeah. When was crazy. When he did it was.
I thought he was gonna retire after my year. Yeah. If not, well, he did after my year, but earlier. Yeah. Or the year after.
It's so funny because you see all the greats that have left when they know like you can't really coach nowadays.
It's different.
You see what I'm saying? Like you have to. You're kind of like babysitting. And hey, go ahead. Stop shooting bad shots. But I didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can't be blunt and honest.
You can't be blunt. Some coaches don't care. Like what's the coach of Illinois? He don't. What's the coach from UCLA?
Oh,
Cronin. Nick Cronin.
He don't care.
He don't care.
He don't care. Illinois don't care.
Yeah. But you can just tell like a guy like Coach Bennett, like.
He don't care.
If he don't want you, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't want to come just play for Virginia and you want to stick it out and be here, it's hard for him to go recruit.
And that's what his philosophy was. Like, he wants you to really buy in. And the way college basketball is now, that's not going to happen. If you're not playing, I'm going to portal. And I'm going somewhere where I can play. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And when NIL, like. They're not getting paid a lot. They weren't getting paid at the time. Like it's got a lot better.
Yeah, it's getting sick.
While you got schools that are paying kids $2 million to go play, why would a kid? Which I understand. Like why would
and then they get there and average 3 points. Sick work. Sick work.
That's basically that's the NBA.
I could have had.
What do you think you could have made out of that?
Oh, I'm walking away with millions.
Millions? Oh, because you guys made 2 tournament runs.
First of all, it's not even basketball. That's just on the court. Off the court? Oh, Lord. I'm doing a podcast.
You are doing a podcast, yeah.
Like, I would have ate money up.
Yeah.
And I won a natty. Came back for my senior year.
You would have.
I would have went in there with a blank check.
Made that, right what you want to write on that
Coach,
one?
What you thinking?
Too low. From there, yeah. Too low.
too low. We gonna have to make a couple more zeros. Man.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So that was kind of my, I guess, welcome to college.
Just what was your breakout game where you like felt? Hey, just playing.
Stop playing with my man, man.
I'm done with it. We gonna talk about it.
My breakout game, my first game, because I didn't play the first game.
Okay.
I was supposed to redshirt. Well, I was supposed to redshirt, but I didn't think I was gonna play a lot because it was a whole lot of seniors. That was my thing too. With my whole life, like I never thought I was gonna play. My junior year didn't play a lot, ups and downs. As you know, like freshman year, I'm going in like, all right, like let's develop. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If I don't play a lot, cool. If I play, that was my thing. But first game didn't play, so I'm like, all right, like that's probably be my season. Second game we played Monmouth, and I'm like the sixth, seventh man off the bench, and I'm like, why am I playing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Get going. I hit my first three, and you know how it feels when you hit your first shot.
As a freshman?
As a freshman at JPJ, I went nuts.
Yeah, lost your mind.
I finished, went nuts. I was locked in from there, and I had like 13-6. I think like 3 blocks, 2 steals.
Remember the whole stat line.
Yeah, I had a good dunk at the end that kind of got me going. That was kind of like my welcome to UVA, and that's why my name kind of got going out more on the campus and the town. And then I would say my breakout game came sophomore year. When
freshman was just up and down.
Freshman was ups and downs.
Yeah.
Sophomore was the ups and downs, but I think I had a lot more comfortable. Breakout game, I always say Texas A&M. People might basically Louisville because I had that's my career. I like 19. You're not scoring over 30 at UVA, but
not happening.
But I'll say 19.
One person did that, like Kyle Guy or something.
Yeah,
he was
elite.
He was an anomaly though, because he didn't do what y'all actually do. He didn't guard nobody. He didn't guard nobody.
He just hooped.
Yeah, he was the scorer.
That's what I needed.
And I tell him that.
Yeah, but I would say Texas A&M was the game where I felt like, all right, I belong.
Okay.
And that
before we get to sophomore year, freshman year.
Yep.
Tournament.
Yep. That team, we were second in the country at the time. We were rolling.
Very good team.
We were really rolling.
Very savvy.
Lost it. Good poise. We're gonna get there. Get to the championship. Lose to Duke in the AC championship.
Yep.
Which is
what was that Duke team?
That was Tyrese Proctor, Filipowski. We beat them at the crib, and that was rocking during that time. Yeah. So we were like, all right, we lose them in the AC championship.
Reset.
Let's get ready for March. And we get into the locker room during the tournament reveal.
Yeah.
We're all laid back, relaxed, like cool. And we play Furman.
Yep.
And our route was like Furman, San Diego State or Charleston, Alabama. When they had Brandon Miller, we can somewhat, if we lock in. On our
y'all had a chance.
We had a shot.
In
that bracket, we were like, all right, we can
for sure.
We gotta get through Furman, play those teams, see Alabama.
The first game's always the hardest.
That's what I had in my mind too. I'm like,
the first game.
We gotta get through
the first game is always the hardest because you know you're supposed to beat them. What's a Furman?
You're right.
But so what is your perspective on what the hell happened? Where were you?
I was playing.
Yeah, you were in the game. Was he throwing you the ball?
No.
Who did he throw the ball to? First of all, that's a bad question because we don't know.
We don't. So we don't talk about it. Like I never brought it up. So like I don't. We never really talked about it.
So after the game, y'all just went home.
So we're playing, and we were up 14. Like we're good. Like I'm getting ready to like, all right, let's go, let's play. Like we're doing our thing. They come back, like had a great comeback. Like cut to like 2 points. They might even took the lead. And then it was like 2 minutes in the game. We got a couple stops. And at that time it's like 15 seconds left. So I'm like, all right, like I'm already thinking, let's move on. We won it. They had a good comeback, but we stormed it out. Cool. And I'm on the baseline because I got hurt. I tried to dunk it on somebody. I got a steal. My nose was bleeding. They thought I had a little headache. So I tried to get back in, but I couldn't. And I'm a rookie. I'm a freshman in the March Madness game.
Yeah.
could possibly be finishing. I'm trying to be tough and finish it. I was upset.
You got a whole concussion.
Yeah. Whole concussion trying to thug it out. We missed the free throw. They came back, got fouled. They made both their free throws.
Yep.
Then I think we were up to. He inbounds the ball, and where in my perspective, Caden Cedric's wide open.
No, he was open.
Wide open in the backcourt. Yeah. So I never asked him. But I think he tried to get to Caden or throw it up. No more time on the clock.
Got you.
But I think he's going to Caden. He dunks it. We win the game. Didn't have no power. Didn't have a lot of power on it.
A lot of air.
A lot of air. Dude intercepts it, and I think he's shooting the ball. So when he has it, I'm like, all right, he's shooting it. Like, it's kind of like, but like, all right, he got to make a prayer.
You're in the game.
No, I'm on the baseline.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching it all.
Oh, you're just watching.
I see this happen.
So you definitely got a headache at this point.
I'm sick. I was sick. I probably had a really bad concussion.
Yeah.
So he catches it, and he passes to the other guy.
Yeah.
He was wide open. He caught it in rhythm. It looked good out of it. I'm like, oh my God.
It was good the whole way.
Whole time.
Whole way.
And we were like, we were distraught. We were distraught, and we lost that game. And we got to the hotel, and me and Armand Franklin, we got to our room. We didn't say a word. And we're like, what the F just happened?
What do you say?
We didn't say it. It was.
That was a time because Kihei did a lot for that program.
5 years ago, he makes the pass penalty in his freshman year.
That shot Mamadi made was insane.
You weren't.
I think we won. Did we win it that year?
No, they won that. I was 19.
Yeah, they won it that year. That was after the year.
That shot was insane.
That's the year after I left. Bro,
their run was insane for that.
That will go down in history, one of the wildest players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What Kihei made.
And then, but like, he did so much.
He did so much.
UVA, and like
it was so
the amount of the thing I was upset about was the amount of hate he got for it, which I understand. Like he made a bad play.
Yeah.
But that whole season, he was so good. Like he carried us. He kept us in games,
bro. He was so good his whole career there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not where you are without
Kihei. And he didn't have to come back that year. Like, that was his 5th year. He could have left. But he came. Really? He came back for that year. And, And he was a good senior for us, like for me and for our team. Like he gave us confidence, but he was that guy. Like he's gonna verbally tell you, like, yo, you need to pick it up. And he don't care, and we needed that.
Yeah.
So I think people,
Kihei, man.
Shout out to you, Game, so for people to like kind of bash his name for that one play, which like I guess in a tournament you probably had us in your parlay on our bracket.
You definitely put my bracket up, but
I wasn't in the game.
It's all good. It's all good, bro. We're going to let it go. Sophomore year, what's your mindset going into that? You had a decent freshman year, up and down. You already said it. You trying to get to the league. Trying to get to the Baja. Go subscribe. You are on the brink. Everyone sees it. You have the potential. You're a pro.
Yep.
You hear that. You hear that noise. You got top ball head ass over there telling you too.
That's freshman year is my first match talk going on. So shout out to Ty for that.
So
one.
He's like, come on. Yeah. It's time to get to it. This is the year you got to go crazy.
Yeah. So sophomore year, like you said, actually I go back to my freshman year. There was a team that actually called to ask about entering the draft my freshman year.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I should say the team, but I won't. I'll keep that. But they called my family like, hey, he's like, they were like an analytics team, and they were like, hey, we see him first in all his defensive stats because defensively the guy was really good for us. So
you've always been good defensively. No.
I was terrible in my high school. I started playing defense until I got to Virginia. Really.
Damn. Yeah. Shout out Tony Bennett, bro.
Shout out TB for that.
I probably should have went there. Shit. Damn.
No. So we were like, do we test the waters? But I'm like, no, like I'm not ready. But after the season, I'm like, all right, this was the season where I'm like, I can really go to the NBA. Like I always dreamed it, but like I was like, this could be my year to really get drafted. So I go out to California to work out with Ty and CAA with their pre-draft guys.
You work out with Don McClain?
Yeah, worked out with Don. We'll get to Don when that was.
Probably, you got me ready.
That was the toughest.
Boy,
you gotta be ready.
You gotta be mentally checked out.
But yeah, so I went to go work out there, and with those pre-draft guys, and I was like I said, I went from high school, and when I'm younger, I don't think I'm ready because I'm playing against guys going to the draft, and like over time while I'm there for 2 weeks, like I'm getting confident in myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm like, all right, I'm playing against NBA guys too that are there. I'm just a freshman. So I'm like, all right, like, this is the time to go.
Yeah.
I go back to UVA, Coach TB, and he kind of says to me, like, hey, this is the year defensively where, like, I want you to challenge yourself. Like, really lock in defense. Because he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Like, he saw the length and everything, and he said, I want you to guard the best players. Me and Reese Beekman during that time, like, he's guarding, like, the 2 and the 3. I'm guarding the 3-4. Sometimes even the 5, depending on what was going on in the game. And I'm like, all right, look, this was the year where I saw draft boards on myself getting picked, and I saw the slams and all that stuff, and I'm like, all right, like, we can go. So my thought process that season was, I don't want to think about it. I want to focus on this team because this was a new team. The seniors just left. Me, Reese, IMAC, and Tay Murray were the only guys that really played. And Leon Bond were the only guys that really played a little bit. We ran redshirt. So I'm trying to be like, I went from learning everything to now I'm a captain. Now I got to teach everything, and I'm still learning as a sophomore. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna think of the draft. I'll probably talk about it this, that, and the third, but I want to focus on my sophomore season, see how far we can go with this team, and then and that year was the NC State year when
I almost got back out there.
That was our we started.
You needed to go. You had some bad luck, bro.
No, but yeah, that team, that sophomore team, it was a very, very different year.
Very different.
I went from like, we're trying to win a natty, and now we're trying to fight for our lives in the tournament. And we had a good start. We had a couple bad games to start ACC. Got blown out like all 3 road games, and then we had a great stretch. We won like 9-10 in a row. And like that's when we thought Virginia basketball was back. And I'm playing well. And then I think it got to February where like I was hearing more of my name in the draft and all this stuff, and everyone was questioning what I had going on with my shooting and all that stuff, and offensively, because they said defensively I was amazing. But the narrative was like I couldn't do shit offensively. And that kind of, when I started hearing that, it kind of got in my head. And then we played Duke, get smacked by Duke. Play Tech, get smacked by Tech. I'm trying to make the tournament. I'm trying to win something for this team, and I'm hearing all stuff about me. So being wrong, I kind of like, I won't say broke down, but I kind of got very like, I was very anxious. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm trying to figure out like,
it's new.
Yeah, it's new. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and that was a hard stretch for me, I would say, because that's when I kind of feel confident in myself. I'm like, do I really think I can go this year? Because like I went from like, there was times where I was 10th in the boards. Like I was the 10th pick, I was a lottery pick, and I went from that all the way to my second round pick. And you know how it is, like as a kid that doesn't know it. If I'm not knowing it now, like that don't mean nothing to you. But when in that situation, I'm like, I'm a second round pick. Like I think I'm a first round. Like I want to be drafted first round. So, but I just pray on it, try to thug it out, and I think for that team we did a lot. We went from not making the tournament to being the last 4 and playing the Colorado State, losing that game. But I think I had, and I think that was the time where I'm like, okay. After that season, I called my dad, called Ty, and it was kind of an interesting conversation, if you remember it. I called my dad and said, "You think I'm ready?" And he even kind of said, he was like, "Right, I don't know. I think for your development, this is where you want to be in the NBA. I think you should go." I was very torn, and during that time, that was when the transfer was coming on. So now I'm hearing on the back end calls of like, "What's Ryan doing? Is he transferring? Is he going to draft? He's transferring. This school wants you. This school wants you."
It's a lot, bro.
It's a lot going on. So now I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And I think I just prayed on it, man. And I was like, I think this is a year that I think I should go in. I think this is the best time for development. I have a good opportunity. And I think this would be a good year. And Coach Bennett was behind me. The coaching staff was behind me. They agreed a little bit as well. And that's when I kind of decided, all right, I'm entering my name in the draft, and went through that whole process.
Nah, that's huge. I mean, just to have that vulnerability and understanding, like, that was a lot. Because it is. And there's a lot of people going through that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. You can, as much as you can, psych yourself out. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking.
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking at that shit.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect you somehow. It's just how you handle it. Some people handle it differently. But you got to understand, you are coming from a baseball family.
Yeah.
When you thought you was going to play baseball, you took a different route. You decided on your own that this is what I love to do.
Yeah.
The scariest thing for you was telling them that you wanted to hoop. You told them. You weren't recruited at all until your senior year.
Yeah.
So you don't even understand the pressure of the shit, right? Like, and this is not to boast, but like, I had that pressure when I was young. So I was able to deal with these things. And when I got to college, I was like, I remember my mom used to call me and be like, Theo, I can't believe they saying this about you. I was like, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I told my parents, and I don't want to talk about the game with you after the game. I don't want to talk about anything. I want y'all to be my parents. Like, you saw the game. You know if I'm frustrated. You know if I played well. I'm coming to y'all for comfort. This is what I need y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need y'all to come to me and be like, well, you should have went step back 3 right here. You should have went at him. And I'm like, dude, I know what I need to do. You know I know the game. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, I was like, I need y'all to be my support system. Right? I know what I'm doing. I'm going to talk to people and not just get one opinion. I'm get multiple opinions and figure it out. And you did that. And you got to give yourself grace in that, to understand it. You don't need to ever wonder if you're good enough. Yeah. Because you're here, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That is never a question. You are on the top 10 for a fucking reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's big time for you to recognize that. But at the same time, you had to honestly have that conversation with yourself. Like, listen, it's time to go. And now you look at you now. You made the right decision. Yeah. Because I would say this. I got hurt my freshman year. Played my sophomore year. I should have left. If I really wanted to do something in the league, because I remember I came back to school and I was cooking my rookie year, and it was like, damn, if you did that, we would have won that championship every year. Yeah. And I was like, my job is to hoop. Now, I'm not going to school. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. And I should have left my sophomore year. If I really wanted to really hone in on my craft and all that, I should have left. But I got a natty. I'm cool with it. Yeah, I did what I needed to do. And I just didn't feel like I was ready. But that was something I was okay with. But I commend you on that. I think you need to hear that, because that's not easy for somebody in your shoes to do. Because you could have easily went back to school and just made it worse for yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes sometimes. What up, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Theo's Picks, and we're going to the NBA. Let's get right into it. First, we got Golden State versus Atlanta in Atlanta. I'm going to go New Orleans. That boy down there in New Orleans playing well. He playing really good basketball. So I'm going to go New Orleans with a little slight upset there. Then we're going to go Denver versus Houston in Houston. I'm going to go Denver. Denver's fighting for that 1 seed. I think Denver going to come out with a win on that one. Then we have OKC versus LA in LA. I got OKC. OKC is playing for the 1 seed. Well, they're going to get the 1 seed. They don't got to worry about nothing. But they want to continue to play well, and I just think they're one of the best teams in the league. But, once again, that's Steele's Picks. So you already know what to do. Go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get back to the episode. But you make that decision. How many workouts Ty have you do? This is going to piss me off, so answer correctly.
I had to do, I want to say around 15 to 18.
Okay, we good. We good. How many had me going everywhere? Everywhere? Bro, I had one trip. Brooklyn. The next day, Lakers.
You had to go cross country and play the next, so you landed and played.
That's your agent.
Sure. That's on him.
Sick work.
That's on him.
Sick work.
But yeah, I love the process. I love it.
You sick too?
No, but not. I love the process. I might be sick, but
I was pissed.
I love that whole process.
Tom, look, bro, I'd have hooped at these couple, and I'm like, can we stop? Yo, you got to go to the next one. All right, bro.
But yeah, no, like that whole process was fun to me. Just being out in California, and you had to prepare your lungs for what you.
Bro, dudes is doing the most.
Yeah.
Bro, you did 17s too?
We just I remember actually vividly. Actually, we did like ball handling and shooting drill.
Yep.
8, 6, 4.
Yeah.
And we do the dunks with that. Then we did slides. Finished the workout with a 17.
Yes.
Had to finish that. And then on Saturdays we had to do a 3-minute run after we played pickup.
See, he added that.
Yeah, he did that for that.
I didn't have that.
Yeah, but that was probably the worst part. And the thing that he said was like,
boy, slow down.
If you're not going to buy into it, you're going to have a hard 2 months.
1,000%.
You're going to buy into it.
I remember I used to go back to the room, bro.
Where'd you stay at? The Homewood?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Gore Hills?
Same spot? Bro, I used to sit there and be like, look, bro.
I don't want to be here no more.
How am I going to get up for the next day? Like, he gets you ready, though.
No, he does.
He gets you ready. You can't say he doesn't.
Was there a time where, like, you felt like, all right, like, I'm good? Like, with the whole conditioning? Yeah, with Don.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, I felt,
at some point,
because I'm about to say,
your legs numb.
Yeah, you don't.
You just moving.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, bro, it is what it is. Once you prepare for it, you know what it's like. You know how you're going to feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is at that point. But it ended up working out. I appreciate him. No. I told him I'd never see him again, but I appreciate what he did.
Yeah, no, like you say, he's crazy, but he means well.
No,
he's never bullshit. Like he's gonna tell you what he needs to hear. So
best workout.
Austin, Phoenix, those two. I remember Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of good workouts during that time.
Worst workout.
Imagine if Ryan done with us.
My first workout in Atlanta. First ever one. The scary part is I was gassed after it. And I'm coming from Don where like I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I'm gassed.
That's an interesting story because I went to Minnesota, my first one, cooked. But it's more mental that you're cooked because you're exerting so much energy trying to go hard as hell and not knowing, but like, they just want to see you under control and you know what you're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're pressing.
Yeah, I was doing too much, but I think Atlanta was not my best one.
You didn't get no call from them, did you, Ty?
Nah. Toronto
was bad for me, bro.
I got cooked in Toronto.
I did too. It was back to back.
See, that's on him. But for me, he tried to do a better job of planning it out.
Oh, he did.
So he learned from you.
So he did. Okay.
He tried to give me all West Coast and go to the East Coast.
I like how you learning, bro. That's
so
good, bro.
He had to learn from somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
shout out to Ty, bro.
Did 18 workouts.
18 is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm hearing guys doing 2 and 3.
Did you do 2 for one team?
No,
you just did 18 different teams.
Different teams. I was supposed to do 2 for one team.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't. It was like before the draft.
Got you. Draft night. Man, you made it.
Mm-hmm.
You're here now. Did you know it was gonna be Phoenix?
I had a feeling. My 3 were Boston, Phoenix, and New York. New York kid. And the meet. This was what I'm done because I'm looking at the media to turn there in time, and I'm here in New York. So I'm like, I'm a New York kid. Those Tibbs defensively, like I thought. And they had 24 and 25. That was my range from like 15 to 30. That's where I saw. That's where everyone saw me at. So we're like, okay, cool. And I'm kind of hearing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix didn't come in until later in the process, like the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And then Boston, because of Coach Bennett, he had a good. Who's the GM with them?
Brad Steve.
Yeah, they had a good relationship, and they kind of like me from Virginia.
Yeah.
They had Sam, and they had all those guys. So those were the 3 where I'm like, I can see myself. I always wanted to go to Miami.
Really?
Growing up.
Did you work out there?
No. But I was a LeBron fan. And like when he left, when they won the thing, I was like, all right, I'm a Heat fan now. I don't want to bandwagon it. Those 3 were the 2 teams that I'm like, all right. So, like you said, draft night, back home. I didn't go to the green room, but I personally think the green room was kind of overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because I'm from New York, so like I have my family. I went to go out to dinner with them.
Yep.
Saw all my friends, and then went to the draft. I was up the stands, like it was cool.
Yeah.
And I understand like everyone wants to go to the green room, but like you're there for 3 hours before the draft. So like I heard you just sit there and don't do a lot. So I'm like, all right, I had a better experience.
Exactly.
We in the stands watching the draft, and I'm kind of like I'm watching it, the first couple picks. Like obviously the first 3, like you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
First 5, and then like kind of after that,
you're just waiting on your time.
I'm waiting on my time, dazing off a little bit, just talking to friends and family. Get to pick 15. Like after lotto, I'm like, all right, this is what I need to kind of like lock in and get ready to go. And I don't know if this was for you, but Ty works the phone insane. He was on the phone.
You don't know this from me, boy. You know how many times I've made fun of this dude? He don't stay off. I can't believe he's just sitting right here.
Yeah.
He always on the phone.
Always
bro.
on the phone. But that night was the first night where I really saw him like really call everybody, see what's going on.
Did he had a sweat rag? I know he's sweating.
He was sweating.
Took me out. What the hell?
Sweat rag, so yeah, get to 15, then you get picked there, and now it's pick 20 and 30. So now I'm like, all right, I feel my time going. Like this is really ready to go. So Phoenix goes 22. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about them. I had a great conversation with James Jones after my workout. Like it was really cool, just picking his brain. And I think that kind of like I really enjoyed that. And my brother's at Phoenix, and Katie's my favorite player. So Katie, if you see this, don't worry about that. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, like that can be a spot. Cool. They trade their pick with Denver. And they pick up Deron Holmes, which was a great pick. I like Deron's game, and I think that's huge because once he gets back from his injury. So shout out to him.
Facts.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm staying home. I'm going to New York. 24, 25. I'm getting picked somewhere in there. Yeah. 24 pick. They traded their pick to Washington. I think they got Keyshawn George from Miami, another great guy. That's one of my guys in Washington. He's killing it there. And then the 25th pick to pick up the what's his name? Like Diod. So for a guy from France, he's doing well over there. And that's when I kind of got hurt a little bit because I was like, dang, like, I thought I really could be here. And now I'm kind of panicking. Yeah. Because now that was the first day where it's the 26th first round, 27th second round. There wasn't 2 rounds. I didn't even know that was a thing. Now. Yeah, this was our first year. Really? Yeah. So the first two drafts. First draft was in one day, and the second round was the next day. Gotcha. So I'm sitting there. Ty's working the phone as usual, calling people, and we kind of get to pick 28, and I'm kind of stressed out. I'm not trying to everyone see it, but like inside I'm like, damn. Yeah. What's happening? What's happening? And Ty gets on the phone. I'm sitting next to my brother. And my brother's kind of like stoked for me. He's trying to help me because he's been through it. And he just taps me like this. Ty's on the phone like this. You know how Ty gets. And my brother just... Yeah. Phoenix. That's what Ty did? Yeah. No, that's my brother did. No, but Ty did it. Ty did. I did. Yeah. You gonna take him or? Yeah. That's what Ty do. Yeah, hey. That's tough. I have it down. Down pat. I have Phoenix. So I guess I'm breaking news. And then my brother does the same thing. Phoenix. Yeah. Like he said, let's go home. It's a trickle effect. It's like y'all playing telephone. Yeah, exactly. So, and then the cameras come around me. You lit. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Like, and then I get picked to Denver, 28th pick, and I had to tell the story then. I told it in Phoenix when I first got there, but when I was really wanting to go to the NBA, I always used to sit and watch the draft on TV, right? Like everyone does as a kid. But I used to wear like a church coat, like a blazer jacket, and have it like I imagined it. Yeah. I tried to manifest it. Like I'm like with the first pick of the 2016 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Ryan Dunn. Yeah. With this pick every year, like for like 3-4 years. Yeah. So to really like remember that, and then now a couple years later, you get drafted. I'm walking across that stage, shaking Alistair's hand. I'm shaking my mom's hand. I'm crying to her. Yeah, I feel like I'm there. Well, in real life, like a couple years later, Ryan's gonna be doing that in real life. Yeah, it was crazy. So that was a very fun night. That's probably a night I'll never forget. For sure. That's probably one of the best nights I ever had, best days I ever had in my life right now. That's tough, bro. That impersonation of Ty is perfect. Oh,
bro, I used to sit up with my papa and watch Kobe.
His suit was destroyed.
Crazy.
It was done. It was done. Oh my God, that's beautiful, bro. It's the best pod we've had. Best pod we had. Jesus Christ. It's just like we're here with a lot of things. We're here with a lot of things. We've been through a lot of same experiences. Same age, and you have to be. You're a rookie. boy, you better go play with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Brad Beal.
That's crazy.
It's championship or bust over there.
Yep.
Bro. Imagine you a defensive player coming into the league and you get to go up against Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker every day in practice. Like what? Like what?
A lot of pressure. You've had a lot of pressure in your life.
Yep.
You got to put up or shut up. I'm going to put it out there. You came out here shooting the piss out the ball. Where the hell did that come from?
He did that ass.
Like I said before, man, that was my whole thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really shooting it that well. I was at a point in Virginia where they didn't even guard me.
Yeah.
And you know how that feels. Like, I don't know if you know how that feels, but like.
Oh, I know how I feel. Don't worry about that.
Like,
I definitely in college.
Like, cause I came from high school. Like, I'm like I told you before. Like, I'm shooting the corner. I'm just a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
I get to Virginia. I'm like, what's going on? And
okay,
people ask me, is it mechanics? I think it was kind of more mentally. Like, I was kind of like wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in my shot that much. Wasn't really taking the shots that I should have took. Even if I was wide open, keep shooting them. Like, I'll miss a couple and get upset. But yeah, then after that season, I went to go work on with Phil Buckner in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great guy as well. And then I always kind of just kept going, kept getting a lot more reps, a lot more confidence. And even summer league, my first time, I didn't shoot. I was like 1 for 9 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
But I felt myself getting more confident. Like, all right, cool.
That's what this whole thing is,
we're good. And then preseason,
yeah, lost your mind.
I felt like high school grinding me again.
But that's all it takes.
Yeah,
it takes that one time.
I felt a lot more confident. I just felt a lot more willing to take those shots. And I don't want to say nothing about that Virginia because like obviously like that's nothing to do with that. That was kind of me. I need to figure that out. But yeah, I just felt like when I got to Phoenix, like, we worked on it a lot more. And their philosophy was like, instead of not shooting with 12 seconds on the shot clock, you're getting it up because it's NBA. You're getting it up with whenever.
Mm-hmm.
You're open.
If you're open, you need to shoot it.
Yeah.
So if you look scared,
they're not going to guard. Now it's a whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thing. I'm like, all right, I gotta, even though I don't miss them, I gotta make people think I'm willing to take them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I went to preseason and got going, and I think the game against Denver when I had my first 20 points and I made 6 threes, and that's when everyone lost it. And
Be honest, there's a different type of confidence when you got a guy like Kevin Durant sitting there telling you,
shoot it.
Yeah, that helps.
Shoot it
tremendously.
And not even during that, because I first met him in LA when I went back to go work out, and I worked out with him and played pickup, and we were playing once. And we're going it was me, him, a lot Gilbert Arenas' kid, which he's nice, but Moses, Moody, Nazir, and I'm the rookie. I'm holding my own. I feel like I'm playing my game. I'm throwing the ball on the floor, side steps, all that stuff, and just hooping. And then I think that could have helped me a lot with him. He saw I have a lot. He got confidence in me. He got confidence in himself.
He gained respect from people who
work. Yeah, he respected me, and during training camp, we're going, me and him, and our other rookie Oso, and me and him are trying to guard everybody.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming in my thing. They need defense. We're gonna come in, but there were times where I will pass up on a shot, and kids fuck are you doing? Shoot the ball. I need you to shoot that. Same thing with Brooks. Same thing with Coach Bud. They were we need you to let those go. And I think what you got that, I'm all right, they trust me to let these go, wide open and contested. It's a whole. You're in a whole nother mindset.
You're in a different world at that point.
You're just all right.
Because for you to help the team, you have to open up the floor for them. So they know you're going to be a scoring threat. They can't double them. They can't do these things, and that's why a guy like you and Royce are so pivotal to the team, because y'all guard, y'all make shots.
Exactly.
And like I said,
did you play with Royce?
I did not play with Royce. I played against Royce a lot of times, though.
Yeah.
But
Royce.
Yep. I always beat Royce though. Good times. While he was in Utah. My boy, I need you on the pod, Royce. By the way, but
Facts.
Talk about playing with Kevin Durant. Working out with Kevin Durant is a different breed. He goes full speed.
Every rep.
Every rep.
Yeah.
I worked out with him one time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't know if I can do it.
Do it again.
First of all, it's demoralizing. I'm not making the same amount of shots.
Yeah, you're
He
not.
makes every shot.
You're not. He doesn't really miss. Every rep is the same, and the thing he does so well, which I'm learning, and like I'm grateful to like have him, and not even him, like
How
Devin
much
and
time
Brown,
you
even all
gotta
these
put
guys that
into
like are great
something to be
offensively.
nearly perfect?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm seeing how they see the game. Like I'm more observant. Like I don't like to. I
don't
need
even
to ask more
wanna
questions.
know how much
but I'm more
hours he
observant. Like,
put
I like
in
to
on the
watch
court.
and
Yeah.
see how they
For sure.
really work, and like they really imagine themselves picking spots, where to go, and trusting themselves.
Katie messed up there though.
In the game, and he's sick. Like he talks to anybody. Like, he talks to anybody.
He don't care.
He don't care at all. But seeing him at work every day, you just see you understand why he's Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
You see it. Like he's not he's not picking up any nonsense. He's serious when it comes to his work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even cool now because like there was times where like he let me join his workouts. So now I'm working out with him as a rookie, picking his brain and like watching him, and like I was more just sitting on the backside, like, all right, I'll watch you, let you do your thing. He's like, nah, just come work out with me. So like even before shooting around sometimes, and then at the practice facility, I'll walk in. He's like, come hop in, and like we'll do some like mid-range stuff, some threes, getting through his routine, and I'm just following him, like not trying to do everything. So watching him, it's great, and you know that's someone that I always wanted to grow my game when I got serious. Like I always watched him growing up, so kind of a surreal moment to have him as a teammate. And he's just a very laid back guy, so appreciate that.
Nah, that's dope. I remember I was in BK with him, and it was kind of annoying. I was like a test dummy.
It was the first year.
I was just guarding him.
Yeah.
But then we ended up hooping a little bit, and we did the same thing. I got my own, held my own a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just different, bro. He's 7 foot.
7 foot, and you might play the best defense of your life.
It don't matter. He don't see you.
He don't see nobody.
He don't see nobody.
And once he gets in the mid post, I think that's the deadliest spot in my mind.
What was your welcome to NBA moment?
Guarding LeBron James for the first time, first preseason game. I check in.
Bodied you?
No, they didn't body me, but it was kind of more like,
oh shit, it's Bron.
It's Bron, yeah. Oh shit, it's Bron. So I check in. He's out. I get fouled. Go to free throw line. He checks back in. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the floor, Bron. Cool, like, it's crazy.
Let's do it.
Coach Fizz, Ryan, you got Bron. I'm like, what?
Huh?
He's like, yeah, you got Bron. I thought he said 1 at first. I didn't think he said Bron.
Yeah.
So I said 1. He said, no, you got Bron.
Got you.
You have to go to LeBron James.
Got you.
I banked the free throw in the next time.
That's good.
I made it.
That's a bucket.
And then it was just next possession. Took me to the mid post and then just fade away. He missed it, but it was like, all right. Like,
that's good D. Nah, hell no.
That's a stop.
That's good D.
That's a stop.
That's good D. That's a stop. You need to let him know about it next time.
Guarding him was probably the welcome to NBA moment because I'm like, all right, I'm here. Like, there's all the stuff we just talked about, like me not feeling myself, feeling confident, like I don't know if I'm ready. I'm guarding the best player, arguably ever.
Yeah.
And like,
and you just gotta stop.
And I just gotta stop. Hit a couple shots.
You make the next one. How many he had that night?
It was preseason.
Oh yeah, he was chilling.
Yeah, so he was chilling.
You got cooked yet?
Yeah.
Who?
Kyrie, Jalen Brunson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those 3 are like. Even Trey.
I'm gonna be honest. Shai don't count.
He cooked everybody. Yeah.
So all of them keep.
But yeah, Kyrie was 1.
Kind of don't count either because Jalen don't. He got a fat head. You gotta watch him because he might but you gonna have a concussion like he did.
Yeah.
Kihei Clark.
But yeah, those 3. And it's just cool, like guarding the best players.
Yeah, bro.
Every night.
It's just a challenge.
It's a challenge, but I enjoy it.
For sure.
And being able to see like how I stand up and having to deal with them and the refs and them getting those kind of physical calls.
Then when you get the dub, you win that matchup. It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. What is something, and this has been a great pod, bro. I know you got to go. What is something you would tell someone in your shoes, coming in as a rookie, being a late bloomer, and trying to figure it out what is some advice you would give them?
Give yourself grace and time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would say, like for me, like I was never the one that everyone thought I was gonna go to the league.
Got you.
I was always the one that like, all right, he's doing his own thing. Like every team I was on, and for me, it was just being able to not kind of listen to all that, do your own thing, like keep working, keep growing, but give yourself like a lot of grace because you might go through hard times throughout this whole process, but finding ways to really enjoy the game, and this is what you want to do. Like keep chasing your dreams. Don't ever let nobody take that from you.
Respect that, big time. Last thing before we go. New Jersey, right?
New York.
Same thing.
Not same thing.
The same thing.
No.
Jersey, New York.
New York.
It's literally across the water.
Okay.
Literally my apartment. I could have threw a rock and I would have hit
New York.
Huh?
You could. Oh yeah, Jersey. Yeah.
I live in where I live at, Ty. What was that? Where was I at? No. Hoboken. I was in, it don't matter. Top 5 players out of New York. I'm gonna give you top 5 players in New York. In North Carolina, and we're gonna match them up and see who got the best. You don't got a chance. I'm just telling you.
I know you're gonna say for one.
Go point guard. And you got to include yourself.
I gotta include myself.
Yeah. Why would we not include ourselves?
Because there's a lot of legends coming out of New York.
We're legends. So, point guard.
Point guard. Oh, could I put? No, I can't really put Jersey in it because he's from Jersey. He's not from New York.
Yeah, that's tough for you.
Who's your point guard?
Steph Curry.
You think he was from North Carolina?
It's over.
Oh my God.
Yeah, throw him alive.
Stephon Marbury.
No,
yes, he was.
Jordan.
He was born in New York. Okay, point guard. Wait, where was he born?
Jordan's a Carolina guy.
No. Is he born or played?
Jordan's listen.
He was born.
Listen,
where was he born?
My daughter was born from Ohio. She is a Texas girl.
For the guards, I'll say Stephon Marbury. We can go Stephon Marbury.
The Marbury? Okay. 2 guard, Jordan.
I can put Jordan because Jordan was born in Brooklyn.
No, wait. I'll be the 2.
Okay.
I won't even put Jordan in it. I'll be the 2.
No, I'll put Jordan because Jordan was born in New York.
Okay, you can have Jordan. I'll lock Jordan shit up. 3.
Me.
Okay. James Worthy.
Trying to think of the 4. Oh my. 4?
I got 5.
I got the 5.
I need to figure out a good 4 to.
Is he born in New York? You go
Melo. I forgot about Melo. Melo's 4.
It's a tougher game than I thought. My 4. What did I say yesterday?
Kevin Garnett.
You said Worthy yesterday at 4, but he put him in 3.
Yeah.
He got Dominique Wilkins.
I go Bam.
Melo versus Bam.
I thought Bam was from Pennsylvania.
Bam guards all positions.
Melo.
Yeah. Bam.
Melo.
Bam, like Pennsylvania.
He just don't get the defensive recognition. Okay.
I know he don't. I see it. Trust me. As a defensive player, I see it.
Listen, Bam. You got to guard Bam on the other end, too.
You do got to guard Bam.
Yeah, we got to guard Bam on the other end. I got to get my 5, though, because I put Bam at the 5 yesterday. Kareem's from New York?
Kareem's from New York. You lost this one.
Yeah, you lost this one, buddy.
You should have gave up everything.
Yeah.
MJ really with us.
Born.
And he was raised in New York. In North Carolina.
You won on that one. Man, that's another
Shout out
episode of Running Race. Ryan, we appreciate it, brother. He just cooked.